This is Joy Roland, and you are listening to the Empowered Wealthy Women podcast. This is episode number 41. Extraordinary success includes lots of money. Welcome to Empowered Wealthy Women, a podcast for ambitious women who want to build wealth. You'll learn how to finally fix your relationship with money, increase your net worth, and make more money. Ladies, it's time to create a life of abundance, wealth, empowerment, and joy. Ready? Let's go! Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Empowered Wealthy Women podcast. This is episode number 41. I am so excited as always. So at the time of recording, this is February the 28th, and this year is a leap year, like you may already know. And we have February 29th coming up tomorrow, and this podcast will be published tomorrow. And I want to check in. How are you going? How is your year going so far? Are you on track to reach your goals? I like to keep reminding you because sometimes it may feel like the year goes very quickly. Okay? When did we celebrate Christmas? It's already end of February. And so I want you to always keep that at the back of your mind because you don't want to get to December and then start having regrets. Okay, I have some fun news to share with you. As you may already know, I'm a certified master financial coach, and I have a class in Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University starting tomorrow. Yes, my own class. It's a 9-week course, and I will be taking the class and helping women to pay off debt, to start investing, to build legacy wealth. How fun is that? For 9 weeks. If you don't know Dave Ramsey, where have you been? Have you been hiding under a rock? Absolutely Google him. He's an amazing guy. He's a financial coach and he has a radio program called The Dave Ramsey Show, and he helps people who call into the program to restructure their financial lives. So, I certified through him and now I have the opportunity to run my own class. So yes, exciting times. If you want to join that class, I'm going to add the link in the show notes so you can sign up and you get coached by me directly. I'm so excited. So, for today's episode, I want to talk about the fact that wealthy women know that extraordinary success includes lots and lots of money. If this is your first time, welcome. We're going through a series of 12 steps, and these 12 steps are 12 things that extraordinarily wealthy women know. Okay, to give you an overview, I'm going to quickly run through the 12 things. Number 1, we know we have to teach ourselves what's possible. 2, we know the difference between success, happiness, and being a good person. 3, we know that creating value is what creates money, and we know how to create value. 4, we know that extraordinary success includes lots and lots of money. 5, we know that life is 50-50. 6, we know failure is the price of success. 7, we know we don't have to get the how until we get there. 8, we know it's not better there than here. 9, we know we are already 100% worthy. We are not trying to make money to prove our worth. We are already worthy. 10, we know it's hard and we can do hard things. 11, we prioritize self care because we know our health is the most important thing. Without health, we have nothing. 12, we know we deserve love and we are empowered to only be in loving relationships. Abuse is intolerated. So those are the 12 steps. And in this episode, we're in step number 4, which is we know that extraordinary success includes lots and lots of money. If you haven't listened to the previous three episodes, I think four episodes, the first one gives an overview. So I want you to go back four episodes back so that you have a good background of all of these 12 steps. Now, very briefly, um, I decided to do this series because my mentor, Brooke Castillo, taught me the 10 steps. She has what she calls the possibility formula. And this is a formula which she says if you follow, you are going to create extraordinary wealth because you would achieve your impossible goal. So she tells you to set an impossible goal and then have this belief, these two. Well, she came up with the 10 things. I've added two more to make it 12 because I felt it was missing some two things. So I added two more of my own. But she gave this formula and she said, before we delve into the formula, there are these things that we need to believe first of all. So, all of these 12 things you have to believe. And if you do not believe, use this podcast as a way to build up your belief. Because until you believe, you cannot achieve. And as I've said many times on this podcast, our thoughts create our feelings create our actions, and our actions ultimately determine our results. Okay? So, as we delve into today's topic, I want you to start thinking about your thoughts and how your thoughts have created your results. And if you truly, truly want to be wealthy, obviously you wouldn't be listening to this podcast if you didn't want to be wealthy. But if you truly, truly want to be wealthy, you have to embody these beliefs 100%. Now, knowing that extraordinary success includes lots and lots of money. This is very important because some people have these thoughts that money is not important, love, family, God, religion, all of those things are more important. So I want you to make sure that you are 100% crystal clear in your mind that yes, money is important. Why? Well, because we live in a world where we need money to survive. So money is truly, truly important. Now, having money is completely different from spending money. Okay? Having money is different from spending money. In today's society, they teach us to make more money, like earn more money as your salary in order to spend money on things. But how about just having money? Okay? So instead of just spending, there is an experience to be had when you just have the money, right? So you don't have the need to spend money on things you don't need. You just have it. It's sitting in your investment account and it's just sitting there, just having money and being the woman that has money. So, what do you think? Maybe you are someone who wants to buy big houses, buy nicer cars in order to show people that you have money. This is needless. Like, you don't have to spend money just to show people, show other people that you have money. Why not just tell them if you really want them to know? Okay, just go tell them that I have lots and lots of money. Another thought that I think is very prevalent in today's society is the concept that money is a zero sum game. And what I mean by this is many people think that if I make more money, I am somehow depriving someone else of making money. Money is not a zero sum game. It's not like there is a pie somewhere that we all have to take a chunk of the pie, and when the pie is gone, it's gone. No, that's not how money works. We get to create money, and we have the liberty and the agency to decide how much money we want to create. Here is an example. This money never existed until I thought about an idea and created the value to get that money. So, if you have a business idea and you implement that business idea and then make more money because of that business idea, That money you created as a result of your business idea never existed until you created a value. So that should debunk the fact that the thought or the myth that money is a zero sum game. It isn't. You get to decide how much money you want to create by the value you create. And as you strive to build wealth, I want you to realize that you are invariably going against the grain. Okay, so be ready for that. Be ready for pushback. Be ready for rejection. Let me explain what I mean. So, traditionally, as humans, we used to live in clans. We used to have community where humans used to come together and live as a society. Now, if any of the human in a society tries to do something different from what all the other humans are doing, there is a form of rejection. Okay, there is a form of rejection. So you got to expect this as you begin to build wealth. There will be rejection. There will be rejection. So I want you to think about this when, as you create wealth, expect that there will be rejection. So here's an example. If you look at society today, people earn similar amounts of money. Okay, um doctors earn, I don't know what their salary is, but there is a certain amount of money that doctors earn. Um, lawyers earn a certain amount of money. Teachers earn a certain amount of money. So there is this expectation that we should all earn similar amounts of money. So imagine if you then came up and tell someone, oh, my goal is to make $1 million this year. Most times people look at you and think, what planet are you from? Okay, so expect that pushback. People are going to see you as different, people are going to see you as separate. So you may not think about this now, but as you build wealth and as you become wealthier, you will notice that your network begins to shift. Some of your friends will start pulling back. So this is one thing that many women don't consider as they try to build wealth, and then when they become wealthier, it just hits them by surprise. So I don't want it to hit you by surprise. I want you to expect this and to solve for this as you go. Now, it's definitely hard to imagine that our brains interpret making lots and lots of money as a bad thing. Many women say they feel shame or they worry about what people would think when they make multiple six figures and even seven figures. People start to question your character. And this goes to the popular belief that rich people are bad. So when you start to make, let's say, $1 million per year, people are going to start asking questions. Oh, what's she doing? Maybe she's doing something shady. Yes, people are going to become uncomfortable around you because you've become wealthier. Okay, so I want you to be very careful not to fall into the sabotage loop, because when this begins to happen, you will unconsciously start to sabotage yourself, because traditionally, like I said, we are wired to seek acceptance. We are wired to seek validation. Okay? And sometimes some women start to overspend when when they start to earn lots and lots of money, they start to overspend, and they're unconsciously sabotaging themselves because they're not comfortable with that amount of wealth. So right now, you need to convince your mind, you need to convince your brain that making money is a worthwhile venture, that making money is a good thing. Okay, so I want you to be aware of all of these things so that it doesn't catch you off guard when you finally get to your goal. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to do an exercise, and the exercise is to do a thought download. You need to journal and actually go into your brain to figure out what you actually think about wealthy people, what you actually think about building wealth. Now, for me personally, I am 1,000% convinced that money is a good thing. Okay. Money is a good thing. I love money. I love making money. I know what money can do for me, and I've experienced what money has done for me. So I am 1,000% convinced that money is good. Now, if you are if you're on the fence and maybe you don't believe 100% that money is good, here's what happened this week. So I usually get my news from the BBC, and on the BBC this week, there was a news item that caught my eye, and it was a news that a woman had donated $1 billion to a college. Yes, you heard that right. A billion with a B. $1 billion in donation to the college. And so I read this and I was so inspired and I was so excited about what that donation will do to that college. So it's a medical college in New York, and it's in a part of New York that is consistently marginalized. It's a medical college. And because of this huge, humongous donation, the head of the university announced that the current students will have tuition paid for. Like when they announced this to the students, they were all overwhelmed. Many of them were crying with excitement. Many of them were in disbelief. Many of them were in shock. And it just warmed my heart to know the impact of money in our society and the impact of what this donation would do to so many people's lives. So, how can anyone tell me that money isn't a good thing? By the way, the woman who made the donation, her name is Dr. Ruth Gottsman. That's her name. You can Google her. And when I read her story, her husband died at the age of 96, and her husband had left her all of these monies. And when he was dying, she actually asked him, "What do you want me to do with all of this money you're leaving me?" And he said to her, "I trust you. Just do anything you think is right." Like I was just overwhelmed with joy, with um how amazed humans can be. And this goes to show you, I see many times on this podcast that there is a limit to what we can achieve with money for our personal gain. Okay? So what I mean by that is this. How many houses can you live in at the same time? How many cars can you drive at the same time? How many vacations can you take in your lifetime? So it gets to a point in your life when you create so much wealth that it naturally becomes, what can I use my wealth to do to benefit more human beings? Okay, so that's why I keep telling you that when you get to a stage of your wealth creation, you stop thinking about yourself. So maybe you want to stash some money away for your children. Maybe you want to invest all of those good things you want to do for yourself and your family. It gets to a point that you have immense wealth that you just have to give it to charity or any causes that are close to your heart. So this example of this woman that gave the donation of $1 billion is just a very good example. Okay. So here's your homework for the week. I like giving homework. Your homework is to journal your thoughts about money. I want you to get very, very, very clear in your mind that making money is a good thing. If you're driving, don't do that now. Do that when you're home, when it's safe to journal. This is very important because until you fix your belief about money, you're going to struggle to build wealth. Okay? Fix your belief about money so that you don't have cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance is when there is conflicting thoughts in our brain. So our brain will get confused. For example, if deep down in your mind you think or believe that wealthy people are bad people, and then on the other hand, you want to build wealth, your brain is going to go into cognitive dissonance because those are very conflicting things. So you have to resolve any dissonance you have in your mind so that your path to wealth creation will be easy. That's all I have for you, my friends. As always, is a privilege to record this podcast twice every week. I look forward to your feedback and I look forward to reading your reviews. If you haven't left me a review yet, please head on over to Apple Podcast. These reviews actually help my show be seen by more and more people. Thank you so much. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. I will see you in the next episode. Hey, very quickly before you go, if you are ready to finally fix your relationship with money, increase your net worth, and make more money, then I invite you to my one-on-one private coaching program. This is where you learn how to take control of your money and build wealth. To get started, book a free intro call with me. The link is in the show notes. I'll see you there. Bye-bye.